Hello everybody, Walter here. Welcome to the fourth episode of my Let's Play series for Hardspace Shipbreaker. In the previous episode we handled our very first reactor, and today it's time to learn about one of the most dangerous hazards in the game, and that is pressurization, or in other words, compartments filled with air. So with that in mind, let's jump back into the game and have a quick look.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. All the team at LYNX would like to wish you a happy and productive day.
Thank you very much. And the first thing to do today is upgrading the equipment, because we have some more LYNX tokens to work for us. And you can see, now we're at the point where our tools start to degrade, so at some point we will have to repair them, but that is something for a bit later. So we have 92, and yeah, definitely going to speed up the cooldown. Then over here I'm going to increase the strength, definitely, and we're almost down again. Force push would be nice, but can't buy that right now. Increased brake, or I can't get any more oxygen, more suit integrity, which I don't need. I think I am going to increase the range of this one here, and that should be pretty much all I can buy, except for some more durability, and that's definitely all I can buy today. So let's get started with the tutorial for pressurization over here, and then a proper ship afterwards.
Alright. Our friend Lou thinks she's the expert on pressurized ships. So, I'm gonna let her take the lead on this one.
You give me a hard time, but you know I'm good. Okay, Rook, time for the fun stuff. And by fun, I mean incredibly dangerous.
You're in good hands. Take it away, Lou.
Okay, first rule. Always scan ahead. Ships can have pockets of pressure anywhere inside them. Let's have a look. Activate your scanner now. Your scanner shows the pressure state of every compartment. Red labels are unpressurized. Green are pressurized. Cut between a red room and a green room, and boom, violent decompression.
The correct term is explosive decompression.
Explosive, same deal. If we cut this ship now, it pops. Only safe way in is through an airlock. If you can't find one, they show up on your scanner too. Good. Now cycle the airlock. Should be a switch in there. And you're in. From inside, you can safely depressurize with an atmosphere regulator. Should be one nearby. Give it a go. Hey! All right, look! Either you're a fast learner or I'm an amazing teacher. Now, sometimes you're gonna have to depressurize a ship violently.
Explosively?
Explosively. Soon as you hear that warning, grab onto something. Seriously, you don't want to get sucked through a 1-inch hull fracture. Believe me, it's unpleasant. Sometimes different areas of the ship have their own pressurization systems. So remember, always scan ahead. Now, hey Weaver, why don't you take the rest of the day off and out-demo my patented reactor rodeo technique?
Nah, that's all right there, Lou. Thank you very much.
Oh, hot tip. You know all the supplies you can buy at the kiosk? You can actually scrounge a lot of that stuff for free from the ship.
Come on now, Lou. You know that's against the regs.
That's just because they want us to spend every penny at the company's store.
It's also not safe. Nor sanitary.
Come on, what?
You know how long that stuff's been floating around and all that grime and dust?
They're vacuum sealed, Weaver.
Oh, probably well past their expiry date.
Okay, well, it's not like I'm saying to steal power cells and flip them on the black market.
Look, Lou, I need you to try and follow the rules now, you hear?
Yeah, whatever, boss. Catch you later, Rook. Lou out.
Cutter, I encourage you not to huff any old can of oxygen you find, but if you do, please just monitor your vitals after. Oh, and for God's sake, don't eat anything you find. Anyway, have a good shift. Holler if you need me. Weaver out.
So, and just to show you what pressurization can do, you can see the internals are depressurized, but the outer armor is still pressurized. And if I were to cut off, for example, the front part here, you very quickly see the whole thing here reacting. Now in this case it's not too bad since all involved parts are rather heavy. But if this were some smaller compartments or I were just cutting and not through one of those cutting points, then the effects could be quite more severe. But yeah, this is the tutorial part basically done. I'm not going to bother with the rest of this ship here. And then we're going to hopefully get a Mackerel Exolab, which would be the last type of Mackerel we are still missing.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. The greatest reward in life is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
So, anyway, let's grab a proper ship. And here we have it. The Mackerel Exolab. The idea here is pretty much the same as usual. The only real difference is that the Exolab has lots of specialized parts that are also rather expensive. So, for example, these here will have to be separated properly from the inside. That is going to be a little bit on the tricky side. But first, let's actually depressurize everything. So, where is the airlock? Over there. Oh, that should be usually your first step, depressurization of the entire ship.
Airlock depressurizing.
And if we're lucky, we should be able to get all of this done without having to do the violent decompression. So, we have one up there.
Air pressure level decreasing.
That is really annoying with those doors here. Ah, you can grab them out there.
Hey, Cutter. Want to see something special? Take a look at that railgate.
Yeah. Yeah, bad time for that. Bad time for that. Doesn't look like I can get into the outside there. Come on, let me...
Whew, what a beauty. You know, no matter how many times I see that old railgate fire, it never ceases to amaze me. Could see you on there one day.
Oh, that's this side decompressed. And I don't think I can actually grab the second side there. Oh, wait. It's already pressurized. So that should be all done. Good. Let's get cutting. And this one here actually has those wires all over the place I need to cut if I want to separate this properly. You have also to be a little bit careful since sometimes there are power cells on top. Like here, for example. Okay, that's this side done. Now I can make my way... wait. On the left? Yeah, this was over here. And start cutting here. Yeah, this is definitely going to take 2 shifts. That should be all of the sides done. Give this a push so we can get out of here. So. Just need to be careful. We still have those parts here connected. So let's... get those cut off. So those need to go straight down. Then we have... wait, there's a console. That also needs to go.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
The high gain antenna. That needs to be cut off too. It's connected to the side segments here. Okay. We have a cut point here. And another cut point there. And not really necessary to cut here, but let's do that too. Just be careful that you don't cut the high value parts actually. So then you go down. And you go down.
Cutter, looks like you used your last tether.
Yeah.
Head on over to the kiosk to pick up some more.
I really should upgrade my tether number.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you.
And over here, let's grab some oxygen.
Levels stabilizing.
You can see that the pressurization from earlier has rotated the entire ship a bit. Yeah. That's a side effect you have to be aware of. I had it happen to me once that something really went wrong and then the whole ship plus me landed in one of those furnaces. That was a bit of a unwanted surprise there.
Raw material deposited. Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Lots of smaller segments to deal with.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Nothing connected there? Ah, this is just connected directly. Okay. So, this can now go down. I thought this was still connected to the inside. It's one of the simpler ones to get rid of.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Deposit accepted for processing. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Wait. Apparently there is still a connection somewhere. Or not? Ah, yeah, of course. Forgot to cut this off. Totally forgot about those.
That's 5 minutes left on the clock, Cutter. 5 minutes remaining.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred. Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Applying credit. Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Oh, that's those electronics. Solar cells. Out of the way. Pretty much all of the high value stuff on the outside is
Salvage deposit secured.
done with that.
Credits awarded.
Yeah, let's grab the reactor while we're here.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage goal obtained. Additional rewards assigned. Object processed. Transferring credits. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage registered. Transferring credits. Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
So, okay, time
Salvage
to
deposit confirmed. Applying credits.
make use of the last bit time I have to cut off the internals. Oh, let's actually start at the front there. We're definitely going to have to take a second shift for this ship,
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
but it's definitely worth it.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Applying credit.
I think I forgot again about the engine at the back there.
Cutter.
Yeah.
Got about 1 minute to make your mark on this shift.
Warning. Critical oxygen levels detected.
Wouldn't be super critical since it's already the end of the shift. Oh, last cut for this shift. Okay, 8 million. Decent amount.
Hello, Shipbreaker.
Hey there, Rook. Saw that you found an old data drive while you were salvaging. Now, I'm a bit of a tech head and a history nerd, so I love these things. They're uncensored info. Sometimes it's junk, but sometimes it's gold. Either way, it's a more genuine view of the colonies than what you see on the garbage news networks. I'm sending you a data recovery program. You'll see it on your HAB terminal. Soaking in solar radiation mangles up the data pretty bad, but you can usually pull 1 or 2 intact files. Hopefully it'll give you a better sense of the wider world. Warts and all. Have fun. Later, Rook.
Yeah. So that was one of the last parts I collected, so data recovery. If you're interested in the background lore, this is actually a pretty interesting side quest, you could say. You could read this, but yeah, I'm not going to bother with this too much, because we are on a mission to, well, get rid of this ship here. And something went wrong somewhere. Anyway, we still have a little bit of cutting to do. Just have to be careful we actually hit the correct one. Is this in range? Yeah. Barely. Let's see. I think I have everything over here. One more over there. Then we can cut the last few parts down over here. Yeah, and I totally forgot to disconnect this here before I cut the power. Yeah. I apparently don't learn from my mistakes. Anyway, so I think I've hit everything I need. Yep, looks good. Okay. Perfect. So, let's get this done. So this is an aluminum panel, so that needs to go into the furnace. This one here goes over there, as does this one there. Push there, so this can go there. As does this one. So we have another part down here, it appears. this is all looking pretty good. Ah, and here we have an air filter. Those need to be cut out actually. So we need a cutter, and then you need to vaporize the inner ring there. Like so. And now, well, at least once the parts on the inside here have been removed, we can actually grab that and get it into the barge. So let's get started on that. We have hydroponic carbonate. So this is basically a ship meant for
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
exploration. So you have your living quarters in there.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage deposited.
Now we should be able
Applying
to
credit to account.
separate this. Ah, once this is gone. Still not? Ah, it's used to those parts here, so we'll have to cut a bit more out. That sometimes happens. Oh, now we should be able to get it out. Yeah, now it works.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
So, cockpit is done. So this can be moved, for example, in this direction. And then over there. Now it's time for these parts here. And here we only really need the outside. As you can see, there is stuff stuck to it. So that is something you should be aware of.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Let us go over there. This goes into the barge.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
So that's this compartment done. The table we don't need to separate, as it goes where the rest of this internal part goes.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Let's see, we have one more there, and then we have this here, and we are running a bit low on oxygen.
Salvage
I think we have some in the
Transferring
compartment at the
credit.
back.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
So,
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Deposit accepted for processing.
it's almost got me.
Salvage deposit
So-
confirmed. Applying credit.
Looking good. Come on. You're over there. Over there. You go down there, and we have some
Salvage
oxygen.
deposit
Perfect.
secured. Credits awarded.
Well, I think that's pretty much all here. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And I'm out of tethers, of course.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
So, now, let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's push this a little bit to the side. And this one can go down. This one can make its way over there. And the last part
Salvage accepted. Credit
is this one
applied.
here. So, this is now the rest, I think. Let's quickly check anything left over.
Processing valuable deposit.
Oh,
Credit
looks good.
transferred. Deposit accepted.
And we're done here. Oh, let's just wait a few seconds until... Wait. Ah, of course, this is the part down there. Okay, we're done. And another 5 and a bit millions. And we have our next rank, which is also nice.
License
And we
upgraded.
also have some more LYNX tokens for our upgrades in the next episode.
Hello, Shipbreaker. Overnight genetic backup complete.
All right, folks. Got a priority message coming in from corporate. Everyone put down what you're doing and have a listen.
Maybe they're gonna give us some holiday time. That'd be awesome.
That would be a first. Probably just another Pilsen kid getting a cushy exec job.
Hush up now, y'all.
This is an important message to all LYNX Salvage Division employees. It's come to our attention, thanks to a very loyal member of our family, that there has been talk about forming a shipbreakers union. A union is a dangerous thing, where extensive fees are extracted for so-called representation of your workers' rights. At LYNX, our top priority is already your well-being. This is why union activity is strictly prohibited by your contract, for your own protection. To safeguard you and your work, we are immediately dispatching an administrator to every salvage sector. This administrator will oversee operations and ensure proper employee conduct. They are authorized to correct worker behavior by any means, and they'll remain in place until we can guarantee company-wide integrity. Until then, remember, the company is your family. The union is your enemy. Thank you.
No holiday. Told ya.
A union? I haven't heard anything about that. Have you?
Of course not.
Probably happening around the Martian districts. They always been quarrelsome.
You heard anything like that, Lou?
No. Hey, Weaver, do you know when our administrator's showing up?
Week, maybe? Coming all the way from HQ at Jupiter Gate. When they get here, we'll need to be on our best behavior.
Oh, great.
Nothing to fret about, all right? But they are going to be checking everything. Salvage logs, transmission records, operational efficiency.
Oh, great.
You'll be fine, Kai. It's not a performance review.
Lou's right. Now, let's just try and keep our heads down and weather this storm together. See y'all in the yard. Weaver out.
Don't worry, this is a closed channel. There won't be a log. Well, looks like things might get a bit difficult around here. They're gonna try to make our lives hell. Don't worry. Just having access to the Union News Group doesn't make you a full-fledged member. Besides, no one from corporate has access. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. If anything happens, I'll make sure nothing comes down on you. Wu out.
And the plot thickens. And we now have the small javelin tanker as well. Very nice indeed. And yeah, with that, I think we've reached the end of this episode here. And next time, we're going to work on maybe our first atlas. And with that, all that's left for me to say is that I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and comment. It really helps with the algorithm. In the end of that, I wish you a nice day, and well, see you